very white. I'm going to try to figure out what's going on with that.
Look at the comic book.
We are live.
Already off the rails.
I'm not Chad. That's White Whale Comics. We got Cat Run Figures, and we got Rob Potsy Pachuk, junior high horrors guy. If you guys haven't seen him on our channel before, he is the creator of Junior High Horrors, and he is a friend of the channel. So greet him accordingly. We got a few people watching right now. Let's go ahead and hop into the chat. Comic Man Andy was here before. I don't know if he's still there. Comic Man Andy, are you there? Are you there, Comic Man Andy? Chris Barrett is here as always. We've got Kakarot in the chat. DS Comics is here. What's up, party people? He says, what is up? I feel like I'm a party person, so I'm here to tell you that Off the Rails is up. It is Friday night. The mood is right. Cat Run Figures, what's going on over there with you guys?
Hanging out, trying to figure out alien storage and exactly how it's going to work out with the other fur babies, but we shall see. Yeah, Mark made it back. He didn't get shot up, so yeah.
Not too much.
Not too
That's
much.
what the best was for.
And
I'm eating again.
holding it down. Friday.
Mark, before the chat gets to you, what are you eating?
He's got a Greek gyro.
Sounds delicious.
And it is.
White Whale Comics is here as well. Alec, what's going on down in Florida, man? How you guys doing?
Pretty well. It's a nice day. It was a little cooler, so it wasn't like 100 degrees. It was only like 91. Pretty good.
That's
Pretty
awesome.
good. I'm not eating anything right now. I just had an ice cream sandwich though.
Ooh, traditional ice cream sandwich, or was it something fancy?
Was it the chocolate cookie with the vanilla ice cream?
It was the Klondike Oreo cookies and cream.
Oh, that's even better.
A Klondike bar. What did you do for that Klondike bar? If you don't mind me asking.
I went to my local Target and
line?
gave them money for their goods.
Oh, well, that sounds like the traditional method of
not fun.
procuring and ingesting a Klondike bar. So in that case, we're going to move on. Rob, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, guys. I really appreciate once again being on the show. I have to tell you, it kind of feels like now I'm like the special guest star, but don't get the guest star name. I get the with Rob Potsy Pachek at the end of it.
There you go.
You know what I'm talking about?
Featuring.
Like yeah, exactly.
You're a featured player.
Like at the very end of all the credits you get, and Rob Potsy Pachek.
You're that guy in the Saturday Night Live cast that you don't see throughout the show, but he's in the opening credits and he's waving at the end.
Yeah, or I'm maybe even like the famous one, where it's
like Jerry Stiller on King of Queens.
Yes,
sure,
with Jerry Stiller.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So with Jerry Stiller, or and featuring Samuel L. Jackson, like whatever. It's just one of those.
Right. It's like when Super Dave Osborne would show up on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Absolutely. Just like that.
I don't know why he used the famous one, but we'll go with it.
He's Super Dave Osborne, bro. He has his own cartoon.
He's a cool dude.
Do we have to pour one out for Super Dave since he passed recently?
Yeah, he did pass recently. I'm gonna throw back a shot of Gatorade here for Super Dave Osborne.
If that were if you were in Florida with that Gatorade, it would be hot. That's a 30 Rock joke.
Speaking of 30 Rock, did you guys? And this isn't really 30 Rock. I'm going like third degree of separation here. Alec Baldwin has been on Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee with Jerry Seinfeld multiple times, and just recently Jerry Seinfeld had Eddie Murphy on like an hour-long episode of the show.
It really is 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Well, 3, like I said, like 3. But Eddie Murphy is now in discussions for more or more stand-up comedy with Netflix, just like Dave Chappelle just did, and so many other comedians have done. So it's looking interesting because we may actually get like 50-something-year-old Eddie Murphy talking about his kids and his family rather than sitting there talking about Richard Pryor and Michael Jackson.
You think he still got it?
No.
Oh,
no, he hasn't had it since 1984.
No. When it comes to stand-up comedy, I think no matter what, you're gonna laugh at it because.
When's the last time Eddie Murphy did anything that you laughed at?
Oh,
Be
God.
honest. Be honest here. Be honest. You're a guest, and I don't want to offend you, but be honest here.
Are you forgetting about the clumps?
So
the clumps, you laughed at the clumps
No, the movie's
legitimately.
terrible.
Exactly.
Sherman. No, I did, however, laugh at the Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee episode because every time I watch an episode of that, I tend to believe that the really funny stuff was edited out.
I agree. I like that show a lot. I really do. And I'm a big fan of a lot of people on that show who I am not a big fan of.
Sure.
Which leads me to believe that I'm right in my assessment that Eddie Murphy is no longer funny, and nobody needs to pay money to find that out anymore. All you need to do is watch The Haunted Mansion, and then you'll know
that movie
you
was
should
like
not
20 years old.
That's the thing. That's the most recent thing that I can remember him being in that I was offended by because I have an Eddie Murphy rule at this point. I have an Eddie Murphy rule in the same way that I have a Julia Roberts rule or a Sandra Bullock rule. If Sandra Bullock is in the movie, it's going to be garbage. I can skip it. Same deal with Eddie Murphy.
That's something. That's what that is.
Look, Who Dat Comics and Movie in the chat says Coming to America 2 coming soon. Please don't ruin that classic. Please don't ruin the classic that is coming to America by making it a sequel. Do we really need to be going out of our way to be giving Arsenio Hall a job?
Wow. And the guy has had 2 night shows, by the way, like 2 late night talk shows. And
neither of them were any good, except for when he had pro wrestlers on the early 90s, and they were in gimmick. That was great.
I'm completely fine with that.
Sandra Bullock was in Gravity. He was pretty good. I enjoyed that movie as well.
It would have been better with somebody else in that role.
She was fine.
Fine is not good enough.
You know, I was actually intrigued with the idea of Beverly Hills Cop actually being brought back, utilizing the guy that created the TV show The Shield. You know, Sean Ryan, the Vic Mackey, Michael Chiklis show.
Like hard-boiled Beverly Hills Cop.
Like he was attached to write and direct the movie for it, and it was supposed to lead into like a TV series where it was all supposed to be like Axel Foley's like kid, and Axel at this point was like a captain, which would never happen because of all this destruction that he created in 3 films. But I don't know. I was drawn to the idea just because like Sean Ryan really understands the idea of like really crazy like cop drama stuff, and then throwing Eddie Murphy in there going, you know, it's just going to be something that like I wanted to watch for some reason.
It sounds like a train wreck.
Yeah,
I don't think I'd be able to look away from it.
Those get like 2 seasons on Fox at least, though, right?
Everything gets 2 seasons on Fox.
It's true.
Gotham ran for 6 years, didn't it?
Yeah.
It certainly felt like it was like 10 years.
What's Gotham?
Exactly, Mark.
It's a series about Batman not actually having Batman.
It's a series. Batman. It's Batman. If you take Batman, right?
If you take
Batman,
you
take the Batman out of it, that's Gotham.
So it's garbage, is what you're saying.
And then make it with like a kid Bruce Wayne.
So basically,
it's Damian Wayne, but nice.
It was like our Adventure C2E2.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's like I've never seen it, but I got
Batman wasn't there.
It's like a show about gangsters in Gotham before Batman existed, right?
Yeah.
It's a show about Jim Gordon and the guy from the OC playing him, and then every time he walks into a room, he just starts yelling, and like you think, oh man, he's just being really overdramatic, but no, all the other police officers look at him like he's being an idiot too.
So question, first of all, what kind of language are we allowed to use on this show? Like I just wanna make sure that I'm you know,
you can curse, just you know. It's to each their own. Just don't go nuts.
Yeah, we're not monetized yet, so we're not really paying attention to that.
Okay, because I want to know, why didn't the show end with like him finally growing a damn mustache? You know, I was going to use an
Oh,
F
you're
bomb
right.
there, but
I was going to say you're worried about using damn. I think
no. But you know, I was yeah.
like the last episode, just him like coming, like opening a door and just full mustache.
Yeah.
Full dash.
I mean, the very last episode had apparently Batman showing up like 12 years later. Why wouldn't Jim Gordon have a goddamn mustache at that point? That's what I want to know.
Oh, you went from the D to the GD.
Oh, I did.
That's what you did.
It up.
Yeah.
Well, he did not have a fucking mustache because it's the opposite of the Justice League problem. They couldn't afford to CG the mustache on him.
Well, I thought
and Ben McKenzie obviously does not
like a
want
facial
a
marker on him.
mustache.
Look, the problem with Gotham is the problem with Catwoman, which is the problem with Venom, which is the problem with the Joker, which I haven't seen yet and is supposed to be pretty darn good. But it does have a problem. That problem is you're taking the most interesting part of that character
and taking it
out of the equation. Sometimes when you boil that stuff down, you get a really nice broth. Sometimes you get just stinky marrow.
Well, at least with the Joker thing, taking out Batman kind of leads me to wonder exactly how crazy it could get. You know, like Todd Phillips being the writer and director of the film makes me think, okay, is this going to be like Joaquin Phoenix going on a hangover bender, or like what's the deal? So, you know, it just or is it going to be like that movie where he had Zach Galifianakis and Robert Downey Jr. with a baby, like running around, like what's it really like?
That wasn't a baby, somehow, it was a dog. It was a dog, and they were trying to get to Robert Downey Jr.'s pregnant wife, and that movie is unexpectedly heartwarming.
It is, but how do you go?
It's terrible, but oh my god, is it good?
How do you like destroy the Mexican customs system and not get arrested for it? That's what I want to know.
You
like
do it looking like Robert Downey Jr. in style.
I guess that's true. Or you do it looking like Zach Galifianakis and just look like a guy who sits outside asking for change all day.
What's wrong with that?
I'm just saying that's you have to be one or the other. You can't be somewhere in between.
That's true. I can give you that. Real Comic Book Talk said that Gotham is garbage, and the same thing with Pennyworth. I have not seen Pennyworth yet, but I find that also to be a concept that's very flawed.
Yeah, I was talking with a couple actual comic book people and not too long ago, and they were talking about how, like, if you really want DC to just accept one of your TV show ideas, you have to go further and further back in time on the Batman mythos. Right. So like you have to be like the guy on the ship actually like trying to collect the pearls that are going to be Martha Wayne's like necklace.
What I want to do is I want to adapt the Arkham Knight. What is it called? The White Knight, Gotham White Knight Part 2. That basically Gotham was settled by Azrael's great granddad and Bruce Wayne's great granddad, and they were both fucking terrible pirates. Like, I just want to do that terrible pirate drama where they just stab each other in the back.
And at the same time, one of the guys could actually be collecting pearls, which become Martha Wayne's necklace.
And like he's got all of his stuff is made out of bat leather because he knew in the future that his great grandson was going to fall into a cave and be like, I'm scared of bats, so I'm gonna be a bat. Like, it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of, but it really works in that context, and I think it's fun. But like back to Lords of the Long Box knows my game. He saw Minka Kelly. He immediately clicked. That is a clickbait if I ever heard of one. Minka Kelly. Everybody knows my kryptonite. It is Minka Kelly.
How is it
adorable?
How is it that Minka Kelly is like the most famous actor or actress on Titans, and yet she's got like the smallest role?
Because she's just there to look pretty, and that's all we need her to do. She did all the work she ever needed to do in Friday Night Lights, and she can just coast from here on out. I'm in favor of this idea. Just show up in everything, Minka. Collect a paycheck. I'm there for you, girl.
Just sit there and give like the Avengers photo, Scarlett Johansson butt photo, and you're good, right?
I look. She completed her contract when she did that one almost full frontal. Kind of like in the shadows. Yeah. And now she's just kind of like, sup, here for my check.
I can't say I blame her.
I love Alec looking over the banner down there. I'm not sure if anybody's noticed that.
I thought he was
"Stop doing it now that I
smelling."
brought attention.
I thought he
No,
was just
he's
smelling the Lords
being
of
a
the
creep.
Box down there.
He's just creeping behind the banner, making weird villainous eyebrow movements.
Here, well.
I mean,
Oh,
what else-
now
what else
I
I
can
get
try to.
So pretty much. So Katie, you could say I'm the Minka Kelly of the Comic Corps. I just sit here and look pretty.
It's true.
Yes,
You are the Minka Kelly of the Comic
You
Corps.
sit here and you eat, and you just look pretty. That's all you got to do.
That's why you're my
So
favorite.
So wait a second. Is he also the Brad Pitt? He just sits there and eats.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Actually, I need
Gotta be eating in every scene.
He does that on 3 channels.
Wow. And you know, and the sad
Cross-promotion.
thing is, when this gets monetized and everything, he's going to be the one that's like, I want to rework my contract for more food.
Yeah, we'll pay him in bagel bites.
Hell yeah.
They're legal tender. He doesn't know any difference.
speaking of monetization, I got an email today from a
Yeah.
company trying to get me to do advertisements for products on my
Yeah,
channel.
do it. Make that money, boy.
Should I though?
Sell out.
Well, it depends. What's the product? Are you doing like
Doesn't
mass
really
and gill?
matter.
It is. There's a long list of products that I can choose from. None of them are comic book related.
Any of them hair products?
Not that I saw.
No.
I could
See,
get-
I could use one
get-
for like Rogaine.
You should
I could
pick
get
something
paid.
like hair growth and then talk about how glorious
Hey,
beard
it's
is
like
now.
it's like
Yeah.
MeUndies. Is MeUndies on there? Can you
Oh,
get
MeUndies would be good.
No one
Yeah.
wants to see me in MeUndies.
Look, if you want to sling MeUndies, you want to get MeUndies. If you've never worn a pair of MeUndies
I've
before,
heard they're
trust
great.
me, it's a revelation, my friend.
Or
It's a micromodal and a ball pouch. It's a revelation.
if
I cannot tell you enough how excited I would be if MeUndies was like, "Hey, Comic Corps, you want to do MeUndies ads?" I'd be like, "Fuck yeah! What do you want for it? Just send me my monthly MeUndies. Just send me my MeUndies.
From what I saw,
bathe
it's
me in
all,
micromodal."
it's all pretty much products and companies no one's ever heard of, so they're trying to like use it to get word out, I guess.
Are
So,
any
like,
of them deodorant companies? Because I think with the idea of Comic Corps going to Baltimore Comic Con, that having deodorant to hand out would be awesome.
That would be a good idea.
let's see.
Like we had
I
this
might
great
get some
idea
travel
going into
sizes
San
just to hand
Diego.
out the especially stinky.
So this year we had this great idea of going into San Diego, and what if on the way into the convention you had to go through like a spritzer, like kind of like the kind of like when it's really hot out and they've got like the misters going, but it's like Febreze. So when you walk in, you just smell like new laundry. Like, wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be
Great.
awesome.
So a lot of them you do just get like the product for free. So I could get something called Wample Mail Subscriptions Studios.
It's like they're structured though, so if you hit a certain quota of views, that you get more, right? Correct.
Some of them do give you cash.
Yeah.
Indoor Wi-Fi home security camera, knee and elbow pads, pretty useful.
What? Knee and elbow
Oh,
pads.
dude, knee and elbow pads.
I
Wha-
could-
Mark, why aren't you guys getting that email? You would definitely rock some knee and elbow pads.
I could
Yeah,
get
I would.
I don't let him read the emails.
30.
He's
I
just
could
there to
get
look
30.
pretty.
I could get $31 for to hawk a water flosser.
Hey, man.
like
A
on
water
the air.
saucer? Like
Yeah.
for
Like-
animals to drink out of? Or like,
No, like-
Or
what?
for like,
No, the
Like a
floss.
water pick.
The floss.
Oh,
yeah.
he's a flosser. Okay. I thought you saw
Yeah.
Would you
Yeah,
have to
honey.
use that
Oh.
on the air?
Here you
like a
go.
flying saucer.
Here you go, Drew. Free organic CBD for sleep.
Damn, get it.
hey,
Do that one.
yes.
Do not get paid
Dude,
for that one.
like look, I don't want to sound negative in any way, shape, or form. I want this to come as the best compliment ever. But you definitely sound like the kind of guy who could hawk sleep products. Like
Yeah,
you have the demeanor, the voice, and the presentation to be like, hey, take this CBD. It will make you chill. And people would believe that shit in a heartbeat.
Because I'm so calm and soothing.
Exactly.
You are calm and soothing.
And you've got a deeper voice, so you know.
Chris Barrett wants to know if I have them with or without the zipper. They don't have zippers, but I have them with and without the fly. That is I am the only reason I'm on the YouTubes right now is to try to get me some free MeUndies I just want that to be known right now.
Listening,
they are not. But if anybody who listens to MeUndies wants to go ahead and just put the product code Drew Manchu and see if that shit works.
They'll eventually be like,
just
a lot of people are using this.
Forward this over to MeUndies, and let's see if we can get Drew Manchu some actual play on that.
Oh man, I am a very, very, very big fan.
However, if he does, I want some clean MeUndies, not Drew's MeUndies.
You look. Here's the thing: is
reused.
I had this conversation with somebody today at work, and if you were a billionaire, right? Would you ever wear the same pair of socks twice? Would you wash them? Or would you just throw them shit away at the end of the day and buy new socks?
I've heard this. So my brother-in-law and I have this conversation all the time. He said if he's a millionaire, he would never wear the same socks twice. But what do you do with them after the first time you wear them? Like, do you just
throw them the fuck away?
You burn them.
So, well, I was wondering, do you give them to charity? Like, is that your charitable work for the rest of the year?
I put them in a bin. Whatever Consuela does with that bin is her business. All right, I pay her, so I don't have to worry about my sock bin.
So, I'm gonna use the old white whale counterpoint here. Unless you're rich enough to have someone buy you socks, I'm not wasting my time buying socks.
Okay, so
you get them delivered to your home.
Said that you sell them to some weird man on the internet. Apparently,
he didn't say weird men. He just said men.
Yeah, well,
which leads me to believe he knows at least a weird guy.
I have a feeling that
one man's weird and another man's normal.
Bought a pair of socks on the internet.
Comic Books G-Spot Galvin just said it's feet, yuck, LOL. So I have to. I think to agree with that one.
Underpants are a couple things I would not feel comfortable buying at a secondhand store.
Yeah,
no, absolutely. And then like if you were to give them to like Goodwill, like that someone else is going to buy them, knowing that they were your socks. It's like
what if you autograph them?
They're your socks.
Yeah,
like millionaire Alec.
Do you have them like monogrammed first?
Absolutely. They're
no, they're disposable. You wouldn't monogram them. They're disposable. Right?
Oh, my
they're just little. They're just little cotton disposable foot covers. Don't think of them as socks you keep in a drawer. Think of them as socks you remove from a package, wear, and then discard. There's nothing better in the world than putting on a clean, fresh,
brand new pair
of socks.
He's absolutely right.
Them.
If you wear them and take them off and then put them immediately back on, and you didn't even sweat in them, they're misshapen and they don't feel the same.
So going with that, did you guys know that the average person wears the same pair of underwear for 7 years? Not in a row, mind you, but as they wash them, they keep them for 7 years.
No.
Well, you can get at least 4 days out of them.
Before watching, I agree.
No. He's kidding.
There's an inside out, back and forth rotation situation going on over with Mark.
He just wears 2 pairs for you. That's.
We have gotten so far off the rails that we
haven't even gotten on the rails.
We haven't talked about comic books at all.
We're talking about underpants and me monetizing my channel.
Sounds like something you need to talk about on about comics. So.
Do you guys want to talk about
I'm going to get
comics?
myself uninvited, aren't I?
No, you're doing fine. You are doing fine. God. It becomes a part of you, says Garth.
Are we going to talk about comics, man? Or are we just going to keep going off the rails even more?
Not sure you want me talking about comics at this point. I mean, if I'm talking about, underwear and socks and, dropping GDs and everything, who knows where I'll go with comics.
But guys, seriously, you get 4 days out of boxers, you get 2 days out of socks, and you get at least a week out of jeans.
DS Comics says, I buy used clothes. They're already broken in and cheap. He also apparently collects Golden Age underpants.
Hey, Chris Barrett, I agree. Thank you. I do believe I am one of you now. One of us.
Oh, hey, there's the one.
Alex holding up a book over there. Guys, let's do picks. We're at 25 minutes into the show. We haven't said anything about comics yet. We got a slab hanging out down there in the corner. We got a creator down in our other corner. We got aliens and sharks. But I want to talk about picks of the week. Cat.
I just want to give a quick shout out to DS who gave me a killer deal on this book.
DS, he's a killer deal giver.
He is. He's a great guy.
All right. So
Once you start slabbing underpants, apparently DS will be collecting the golden age.
I don't want to know what the golden age means.
It's like a
underwear.
Is a skid mark like the same as like a subscription crease?
No, I think that's a defect.
It's like a Sharpie.
It's like a date stamp.
All right,
nice
Cat.
looking
Give us those picks of the week, Cat Ren figures. While Mark eats a banana on the internet. This is the sassiest thing that's ever happened on the Comic Core. Let's do it.
All right. So I've got 2 picks of the week, honestly, just because I picked up these 2 books from my shop. I'm still waiting for my Midtown order because we know there is still an epic battle going on between my postal worker and Midtown Comics.
Just because you're on a blacklist, honey, doesn't mean anything.
They do go through all my mail, though. I'm just saying. Anywho, so I picked up the newest Justice League issue at 32. This was actually my favorite cover of the week, 100%. Huge shout out to my Comic Core brother from another mother, Legend, because we both love some Commandy. And I do have to tell you, in my opinion, the best parts of this entire book so far, it's just Commandy and Wonder Woman trying to
wrong. It's Commando.
No, it's not. It's Commandy.
He ain't got no
He's
MeUndies.
the last boy on Earth. And it's Wonder Woman trying to lecture him about war and fighting and never giving up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's spectacular.
That's why you should go to Commando every day.
You want to get hit by a comic?
Mm-hmm.
I'll bring this down to a 9-0, no
Don't
problem.
you threaten him with a good time.
You're gonna get hit by a pick of the week.
If you're gonna hit
Yes.
somebody with a comic, do it with a Tom King Batman.
Ooh,
At least it's garbage before you crease
like
it up.
issue 50
You
would be a
shush.
good one there.
You shush. So Batman issue 79. We are continuing a little honeymoon phase that Batman and Catwoman are currently on. They are reconnecting, rekindling that romance. I don't care what Drew has to say about this book. The art is spectacular. The relationship between the two of them is realistic. And I do like the fact that it was awkward and they did kind of have to struggle to get back together. Also, for anyone who hasn't read this, they do kind of explain what is currently going on in Gotham and the fact that in this issue, Batman just sent Damian in and he just got the okay from Alfred that he's safe. So this actually takes place right before that.
What a waste.
Wow.
Look, before we go any further with anybody else's picks of the week, I have something special for our 17 viewers, our 2 guests, and Kat and Mark. Lately, I've been doing Drew Manchu's comic book reviews. Today, we will be enjoying a selection from Drew Manchu's comic book review haikus. And I wrote a haiku about Batman 79.
Oh, I can't wait.
Still on the damn beach. City of Bane. Where's freaking Bane? At least there's fighting.
So it sounds
That
like
was
it wasn't just written
Drew
by...
Manchu's comic book reviews haiku.
So, Drew, I'm sorry there. I didn't mean to cut into there, but it almost sounds like it wasn't written by Tom King, but it was actually written by Brian Michael Bendis, writing Age of Ultron, because where the fuck was Ultron? Like
It's true, but the thing with Batman is it's been a dumpster fire, and it's been a dumpster fire off and on. Like, here's the thing: is there 6-issue arcs, right?
Yeah.
And Tom King's Batman does this. It does, cool setup in 1 issue. Dumpster fire, dumpster fire, dumpster fire. Great issue ends on a dumpster fire. Every single arc. That's just the way it is. There's a good start to it. There's a really great issue, and then the rest of it is a dumpster fire.
I
Sorry, why you got fired?
I legitimately wonder how Tom King, who used to work for the CIA, has a hard time writing like the world's greatest detective. It you know,
He does a great job. He just makes him cry.
well, like
Everybody cried.
I have truly only liked one issue of his entire run, and that was like I think it was issue 24 where it was Swamp Thing and
Brave
Batman.
and Bold.
Yeah, it like that was like the only issue of this run that I've actually liked. Now, granted, I've liked a lot of covers. I've liked a lot of artwork from it. You know, like giving him Dave Finch, giving him Tony Daniel now. You know, they're basically doing the Marvel thing with Bendis, where it was, hey, we're gonna set him up with these awesome, amazing artists, and we're just gonna let him do whatever the fuck he wants, and it's not gonna be Batman, but who cares, because he's got really good artists working with him. So sales should keep up, right? They should totally do what Scott Snyder did with Greg Capullo for 50 issues, and I'm just not seeing it.
No, it's just look. He lost his reader base with the bait and switch on the wedding. They put so much information into or so much effort, I would say, into promoting the wedding that was a bait and switch. People did not like it.
Did anyone like actually think the wedding was going to happen?
No, but at least I expected that they were going to at least.
I think it's still going to happen.
Do something interesting. It is going to happen in a book called Batman and Catwoman that nobody's going to read because people are going to be like, wait, Tom King's not doing Batman anymore. He's doing this other series over here, and it's going to die because the only reason people are reading Tom King Batman and thinking it's great is because it's Batman. But it's the only thing at DC that sells is Batman.
In Batman Annual 2, they are married, and that's canonical.
Sure. Who cares? I don't care about Batman marrying Catwoman. The whole point is they did the will they won't they for too long, and now nobody's invested anymore in will they or won't they. They're obviously they're going to, or they're not going to, but I want to see Batman punch Bane in the face. Right? I don't read Batman to watch him cliff dive and stare into Selina's eyes for 14 issues without being able to say a fucking word. It's just it's like watching Marky the Banana too fast.
By the way, Drew, you owe me royalties for saying dumpster fire.
Wow.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
You actually have a copyright on dumpster fire?
Yeah.
Wow. Good for you.
No,
I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. Every four issues out of every 6 issues of Tom King's Batman, it's not a dumpster fire. It is the crusted jizz on the chin of a street corner hooker.
Wow.
I'm eating a banana.
I know we're not monetized yet, but
so it's
speaking of street corner hookers. I read the Pro this week.
The Pro is great.
Oh, I love that.
Mark Ennis, love it.
Yes, let's talk the Pro.
I read the Pro this week, and I thought this was really, really enjoyable. Oh man, I got somebody's address there.
Did you watch? Did you watch the animated short they did for it?
I did not. And I will say that while I enjoyed this as a Garth Ennis book, as an Amanda Conner fan, I felt like it was too rudimentary. I really enjoy her work, and I think that I've really enjoyed her growth since this point in her career. And if she were to go back and redraw the Pro now, that might be one of the greatest things that ever happened. But this, art-wise in this, it's funny. It doesn't do much for me. But I really did enjoy it. I thought that it was great. Very tongue-in-cheek. And I dig it. Good stuff.
That's really cool.
What is that?
He's got a signed copy right there.
Yep. Says,
they're
awesome.
actually
for Alec for money.
It's in a long box somewhere.
For those out there in North Carolina that may actually come upon the show, Amanda Conner and Jimmy Palmiotti will actually be at NC Comic Con in November. So we finally get them down in the South. But
they were at Baltimore like the past couple of years. I don't think they're going to be there this year.
Nope.
No, I did not see them on the guest list.
Oh, did you see who they announced?
No, I did not. Who did they announce?
They announced me.
Oh, they announced Tara Strong. Did you see that? Is
Yes,
that what you're talking about?
they did. Yeah. They announced my girl, a.k.a. Lollipop Chainsaw, a.k.a. Raven, a.k.a. a lot of freaking characters, a.k.a. Harley Quinn.
This is a in competition for cover of the week this week.
Is that an art germ?
It is not an art germ.
It's Derek Chew, right?
Derek Chew.
Yeah.
And it's got Crypto the Super Dog on it, so it's
Crypto.
So they've got variant covers by guys named Germ and guys by the name of Chew.
Yep. They got B covers by just about everybody. I really enjoyed this Once in Future. This could have been pick of the week.
Down.
Could have been pick of the week on a better week for it. Too much competition. Black Hammer. This is the A team Black Hammer. When you're talking about Black Hammer, this is the end of it. This is the last story we're going to get about the farm and Golden Gale and Colonel Weird and Talkie Walkie. This is all over, and it was a fitting end. I really dug it. Picked up both covers. We're going to be getting more Black Hammer universe stuff, and they still haven't wrapped up the JLA, Justice League Black Hammer crossover yet. Marvel History of the Universe. This is one of those handbook type books. Really dig it. There's not really a story here.
Is that the Steve McNiven cover there?
It is.
So having talked to Steve at Raleigh Galaxy Con not too long ago, I think it was right after San Diego, I actually talked to him about his change of style in his artwork, and he actually said that he has gone from drawing like Steve McNiven to trying to draw like other artists to see if he could do it. So with Return of Wolverine, he tried to draw like Barry Windsor Smith, and his inker didn't necessarily capture all of that. But now with these covers, he's trying to draw like John Buscema and actually see whether or not he can actually.
Right. There's a lot of Buscema in there. There's a lot of Ramita Sr. in there as well.
Correct.
And I think it's really cool. I dig it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. However, I would really like to see him draw like the Civil War Steve McNiven again.
Yeah, we get like Magpie in this, so like, yay, hey Magpie. I got that one for Magpie. And then pick of the week, because it's going to be the pick of the week until it stops being the pick of the week, is House of X. Damn, beautiful flower cover.
Flower cover.
My homie Magneter. We got this Scotty Young goodness with Doug Locke. This is just fantastic here. I'm going to make myself big. Share these covers. They are pretty covers. The Doug Locke here. Man, my glare is crazy. There we go.
The first appearance of Gold Balls, Phil. Finally, people are looking for it.
Not surprising that they're looking for the first appearance of Gold Balls.
And that Nightcrawler action figure variant. Those are pretty stupid, but hey, man, I'm picking up all these covers, so why not? And this one here is going to be connecting. Rogue looking super sexy. Pretty dope cover
like
there.
Right out of like the 1990s Marvel swimsuit specials.
It certainly does look that way, and I'm enjoying it. This is the A cover here.
Connecting parts, that's pretty awesome.
Pepe Larraz is killing it on these A covers. Absolutely wonderful stuff there.
Makes you wonder why they even need variant covers when they've got such nice covers on.
Well, because of things like this beautiful Nightcrawler here. That's a really great cover. And then hands down cover of the week, guys. This is better than a Crypto cover by Derek Chew. It's sexy ass Supergirl on it, and it's the Magic Generations cover. This is just fantastic.
I have a different pick for cover of the week that I think may be in contention.
I thought this was really great. I dug it.
It's a good one.
You get all the versions of Magic. You got little Ileana. Man, this is was it La Forte cover? Really cool. I dig it.
Put it up.
I can have another banana.
No.
No more bananas.
I dig it. I'm going to stop looking at it like I'm looking at Mark eating the banana.
I want a relationship like Drew likes that. You know, like I want to be able to look at a girl like Drew looks at that cover.
I don't want my girlfriend to see me look at that cover that way. That's going to bode ill for a relationship, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, man. It's Ileana Rasputin. Come on, man. I mean,
just reminds me of the old.
She's got a big sword and long blonde hair. What else do you need?
The
She's
90s
got
X-Men cartoon where
badass armor. She's got a badass headdress. She's got long blonde hair. She's got dead soulless eyes. She's got a giant sword and exposed midriff. What
Oh.
more could you want in a lady?
She does have a pretty cool Buster sword. So
she can grow horns.
Yep.
Drew, thank you for explaining to me.
Yeah. Mark, I'm gonna need you to get a bigger sword and a more exposed midriff.
Yes.
More exposed midriff.
No, please, please no. Please no.
Are you sure?
No.
Final appearance by Rob on the comic book.
White Whale is just like, I don't know what the hell I just walked into.
I know everyone's being really quiet. Just like Drew is just
I
enamored.
thought you were staring into my soul, Alec.
So Comic Explained just wrote a comment that says Godolfo Balsavich.
Goldolfo Balsavich. His name is Fabio.
Because Chris Barrett said, Gold Balls, given Christian name is Gold Testicles, which is a great joke. And then Comics Explained followed it up by saying Godolfo Balsavich.
That's
Nice.
creepy.
Rock solid.
You know what we really, really
That's
need,
creepy.
and I'm just going to say it right now, and I defy anyone who disagrees with me. Meet me in Baltimore, fight me in the street.
Fight him.
We need the MCU, right, to get on the phone right now and get a contract in, so we can get Minka Kelly to play Magic.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Gold Ball MCU.
I actually really like
Gold Balls in the MCU.
That
I'm fine with that. I just want Magic and Minka Kelly to be the same thing, so I can just. I feel like that stacks.
Drew, I like the idea that you had earlier, where she would actually play Black Cat, and actually put her up against.
I'm fine with that too. Let's just go ahead and get Minka Kelly signed up to be in everything.
Yeah, in the next Spider-Man.
Bird.
Have her
put her in every female character.
Have her be like the little.
She can be the new Batman for all I care.
She can be Angela.
As long as it's got nipples on the bat suit.
Just make her Angela.
Bring back Schumacher.
You got that from Area 51.
That little guy. Does he squeak?
He's a hard plastic.
Oh.
So yes, if you push him hard enough, he does.
Yes.
Mark, do you squeak?
Occasionally.
Yeah, he does.
There you go. Is that a banana in your pocket, or you're just happy to see her?
It's actually several bananas in his pockets.
Why not both?
I can be happy to see people with bananas in my pants. What's the difference? All right. On that note,
after they ask you, "Hey, is that a banana in your pocket?" You just pull one out and go, "Yes, it is. Here, have a banana."
It's Baltimore.
Hey, we're gonna have lots of potassium.
Yeah, we
Minka
are.
Kelly.
And Minka Kelly.
One of us is gonna end up in jail.
I'm not gonna end up in jail.
That is a conservative estimate, my friend.
You guys think with all this Minka Kelly talk, we could actually get Minka Kelly on the show.
Minka Kelly. Let's get it trending. Minka Kelly. Everybody hashtag Comic Core, hashtag Minka Kelly on all your social medias.
Yeah.
We're going to see if she can be like, what the fuck is this?
I have to.
Who are these weirdos? Do I need to go on their show, or do I need a restraining order?
It might be an order.
He needs to do it from like at least 500 yards away.
Look, I'm out here petitioning that young lady to get as much work as possible. I want her on every screen in America. She is the face of America, Minka Kelly.
So when I started watching Titans, I was actually like, who is this girl playing Dove? Why do I know the face? Why do I know and then I just
Did you do your homework, Kat?
What?
Did you do your homework or not yet?
I found it. I haven't watched it yet.
Okay. Last night we decided the cat needs to watch Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
Carson and I were adamant.
He said he tricked me into telling me that I just had to watch 4 seasons of it, and it was really quick. And then they told me exactly how many episodes were in those 4 seasons.
Yeah.
And then Carson informed me there was actually a secret 5th season.
What?
I would also say that I think you could probably skip a couple of seasons.
How many can I skip? All of them?
As soon as Michael B. Jordan shows up, just stop watching that show.
I say watch the first season and then watch like the last couple episodes.
Sounds like when Dave Franco shows up in Scrubs, you can just stop watching.
Yep. The very Scrubs.
It's kind of
Except
like
Tim
watching Lord
Riggins.
of the Rings, all the extended cuts.
No, that's just called Glorious.
Yeah, that is glorious.
It's a lot of walking.
It is a
It
whole lot of
is,
walking.
you know,
What do
like
you have against walking? What do you
the
have
whole
against cardiovascular health,
thing
Mark?
where it's just a whole lot of walking.
A lot of walking.
I mean, until at least I got some running done.
Damn Eagles could have saved us a lot of time.
That would have been a 5-minute movie. I would have been okay with it.
Yeah. They'd have been like, hey, we threw that ring away. What do you want to do now? And Gandalf would have been like, well, I've got some of this magic weed in my pipe. How you hobbits feel about a party?
The only actual magic I do in any of these movies is make a dragon out of smoke.
Yeah.
Hey, man, that's pretty dope.
Hey,
I've seen guys on
Magic
YouTube do
Dragon,
a lot
right?
with their vape machines, but that is pretty dope.
But he also might have just been high and hallucinated.
Yeah, that's Puff the Magic Dragon.
I'm all right with it.
Okay.
Yep. Minka Kelly.
Alec, we are
Yeah.
45 minutes into the show. What is your pick of the week this week?
I'll tell you what it was not was G.I. Joe #1. If you watched my new comic book day book club, I'm big.
There
Episode
you are.
with John.
That's what they all
I
say.
was not a fan of that book. My cover of the week is this
Oh,
absolute. Like I saw the image of this obviously beforehand, and I was like, oh, that's really nice, but I don't want to pay for this. And then I saw it, and I've had it in my hands, and I was like, it is outstandingly beautiful. Valkyrie #3 by Stephanie Hans. Just real great.
it's almost
Yeah,
like there's
that's
that magic
a
cover.
gorgeous cover. That is.
I'm getting real
Like,
variant fatigue, but sometimes you gotta.
I almost thought
You-
that was like
you
a
can't see
Gabrielle
him and not get
Paolo
him.
cover.
I don't know, sons of guns.
Yeah, I see the variants. I want to say no, and then I end up picking them up anyway.
I am ashamed to admit I've not read too much this week, so I don't want to say a pick of the week ahead of time, but I'm guessing.
What did you like this week so far?
I'm guessing it's going to be House of X, which I have not read. I liked Inferior 5. I thought it was pretty good. It was a strange setup, but definitely interesting where it might be headed. I don't know. Is that an ongoing or is that a miniseries or a maxi series?
I do not know.
Neither.
What?
Inferior 5.
Big shake. Yeah.
Let's make that. Let's make that a thing.
Go with an extra thick shake.
But those are awesome picks of the week. Keep going.
That's all I got.
Minka Kelly.
Hey, man, I'm
Mark,
glad that you came with that beautiful cover, and we got to get a good close-up look at it because I did not see that at any of my shops. If I had, I
Really?
probably would have bought it.
Yeah, it was. I was surprised. I got to my shop about 4:30, and I could not believe it was still on the wall. They must have had a couple of them because it's one of the things that it just like grabs your eye and you can't turn away.
Now, Rob, you said that you
Just
didn't
like,
really,
just like Mark eating a banana.
and Mark dabbing while he sneezes.
We all did it after that too. It's like, all right.
Vampire it.
So
Rob, you said you didn't read much this week, but I think that you should take this time that we have here to do our little show and tell, and do a little show and tell on the book that you have coming out right now, and the variant that you were showing us earlier, the retailer variant. Maybe tell us what you got going on with Junior High Horrors.
Oh, would you look at this guy right here? So one of everybody's favorite characters that shows up very little in the book, little Penny right here, finally gets some big time notice when he actually shows up, and for whatever reason, his dad tells him that if he can fix a Rubik's Cube, he'll get enlightenment. And as such, I decided that he was going to be the focus of the retailer incentive variant that I drew, colored by Federico Siak out of the Philippines. And as you can tell, he is the heck raiser here. But I do have a pick of the week, believe it or not, Drew.
What is your pick of the week, Rob?
So it is another Keen Spot title, actually. It came out this week. It's called Sister Powers. It's about a set of teenage girls that actually gain superpowers, and it's very it's very odd compared to your normal, like, oh, these kids go to high school and get superpowers and everything. So it's basically a coming of age story with people that almost are in mixed families and everything else, and it's by a buddy of mine named Mario Weich, and it to me really signifies like a new age style family and what they go through, the days, the trials and tribulations of being a family, trying to figure out what's going on. And of course the parents are like, oh God, we hoped it was going to skip a generation, but turns out one of the girls actually has the ability to give other people powers, so the entire school starts going haywire from it. And came out this week. I'm actually pretty excited about it. I got a little mention in the credits, but I actually really enjoyed it. It truly is one of those stories where people that feel a little bit different would actually really get some acceptance and finality from it.
That's awesome, man.
Now, one other thing that I do want to give the Comics Core. If you haven't seen this yet, folks, sorry, I'm trying to make sure it's on camera. This is the original art from the Gene Ha Junior High Horrors #8 retail incentive. So anybody who goes into their local comic shop right now can actually ask for this book. It is a retail incentive, so it's going to be a book that every comic shop that orders at least 5 copies will be able to get one of those copies for free. Sent to them. So yes, it probably will be a little bit more expensive because shops are going to charge a premium so that they order more of the books. But I mean, let's be real. That is a Gene Ha cover, and it is absolutely breathtaking.
It's
That is
Frederick
pretty
the
awesome.
cat at his best. I
It
love
really is.
Frederick.
And another thing that I'll point out about that is that ever since we went to the dyslexia-friendly fonts in Junior High Horrors, I've really taken it upon myself to be an advocate for dyslexia and trying to bring awareness about dyslexia. You know, there's 8 different types of dyslexia. 90% of mental illness could be started from dyslexia based on recent studies. All this other stuff that goes out with that, and because of that, portions of the proceeds of Junior High Horrors #8 actually go to dyslexia awareness. So it's something that I'm pretty excited about. But the fact that Gene actually meeting him and talking to him at Heroes Con in June in Charlotte, North Carolina. You know, I made a donation to the Hero Initiative, and from that he did this amazing piece of Frederick the Cat, as Kat pointed out. But I mean, anybody who's seen Gene Ha artwork knows that he always brings his A game in everything he does, and this is just one more piece that he did that just I'm blown away by. Like I look at that piece of artwork and I'm like, why don't I have it framed yet? So it's probably getting framed in the next week or so, but I needed it so that I could actually get it out there to be the cover of issue #8.
Now, Rob, you kind of glossed over something pretty quickly in all of that info you just gave us, but let me just ask maybe a stupid question. What you're telling me is that you guys utilize a font that is easier for people who suffer from dyslexia to take in and read.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's an open font, which means that you are able to download it for free. It's called Open Dyslexic. It was actually created by someone with dyslexia. And recently, and in fact, I guess I can go ahead and say it now. In the next couple of weeks, an ABC News show called Localish will be featuring me discussing the Open Dyslexic font and how I incorporated it into Junior High Horrors. And as such, it's the first comic book ever to have the Open Dyslexic font used. So now, on top of that, if you looked really closely, and I'll see if I can get it up there pretty close. Probably not getting in too close, but this right here actually says, there it goes. Now we're cooking in oil. It is the very first dyslexia-friendly book, and we utilize that logo and everything to show folks that may walk into a comic book shop with dyslexia that they can actually pick this book up and should be able to read it easier. With younger audiences especially, so those that haven't already come up with different cues and whatever to be able to read books with while they have dyslexia easier. This actually weights the letters differently, Drew. So when people see it, they understand that different letters like B's and D's are actually, you know, like a B and a D to somebody could look like this. So they almost look exactly the same. So when you cross them over, they almost look
mirror images.
But if they're weighted differently,
right,
then you know they understand that if they know one is a B and one's a D, that suddenly, even if they see it reversed or upside down, that they know that the weighting on it is different, so that way it has to be that specific letter. Since we incorporated into junior high horrors and the couple shows that I've been to since, especially San Diego, a bunch of different, like from junior high all the way to college professors, teachers have come up to me and actually talked to me about it. And after explaining to them that the font is actually openly available to anybody to download and use for free, I've had multiple like professors say that their syllabuses will now actually be converted to that font, so that way, if someone is suffering from dyslexia, they may actually be able to read that entire syllabus easier, rather than having something where they may struggle still reading it, even trying to get through college, which I thought was absolutely amazing. And the reaction that I've gotten at different shows, like this weekend, I was at Greensboro Comic-Con, and I was on a writers panel with Chris Sims, and Chris Sims was actually talking about how bad lettering in a comic book can truly kill the visual imagery that a great comic may have, but great lettering doesn't get seen. So it just becomes part of the background. Almost.
Right. It should almost be like bad lettering will stand out, whereas good lettering should just blend in. You shouldn't. Right. I think there are certain tricks and different onomatopoeias that are really added by letterers that do a whole lot in a whole lot of different situations. So they definitely are a unique and integral part of any team of creators. I will give you that. But as far as this, the open dyslexic font or whatever it's called, I don't want to say it wrong. What got you interested in that? How did you come across that and make that a part of your book?
So I do want to point out that Chris just asked, can't I just get the book from you? And yes, you can. In fact, you can order it directly from keenspotshop.com/collections/Rob Pacek. But we always want you to support your local comic shop. So I will ask that you check with your local comic shop to see whether or not it's something that you can get from them. Now, to answer your question, Drew, you were asking what again? I'm sorry.
What got you interested in using that font with your project?
Sorry. Okay. Yes. My sister is actually both a mother of 3 and a Girl Scout troop leader. And one of the questions she asked was, she said, "Hey, you did a merit badge class with the girls last year, and everybody really liked the fact that you were talking about comics and had them draw a comic and do all this. But we've recently had some kids come in that are dyslexic, and because of that, they wanted to know whether or not you ever thought about making the comic book more friendly to dyslexics." Now, what I'll say about that is this. The first thing is comics are already dyslexic friendly. Okay, they're definitely dyslexia friendly because of the visual cues that tell you kind of where to go when you're actually reading. But at the same time, people may still struggle with reading the lettering and everything else. That's where this really comes into play and actually tries to open it up and make it easier. So when she said that, I talked to my letterer, Billy Parker, excellent guy. He's actually got a book coming out next month that he wrote. I edited it. It's called The D Ward, drawn by artist Alex Smith, who also worked on Princeless with Jeremy Whitley. I talked to him about whether or not it was something that we could actually work out and see if we could actually throw it in there. It started as something because when I started writing comics, I wanted to see what I could do to get more people into comic book shops, because it seems that less and less people are walking into comic shops. So I wanted to do everything I could to talk to people and try to get more and more people.
Whoa.
Yeah, we're getting all different types of movement here.
No, we're having
us, Tina
some
Fey.
cake eating difficulties at the moment, but we're
there's
good.
more eating going on apparently. So
Look, Mark's got to run for his money. If we want Mark to properly train to eat on camera, we need to put him up against Robo Tina Fey, and she can eat cake all day long. So
is that cake or is that banana pudding?
It's cake.
Okay, because it looks like she might be eating banana pudding, but
no, only one person eats bananas on this channel, and that's Mark.
But anyway, just to finish up with that, the whole idea of trying to get more people to read comics was something that was very important to me. And when I thought about the idea that up to 20% of all people suffer from one of the 8 different dyslexias out there, I wanted to make sure that we tried to cover some bases and see what we could do to actually get more people into shops. So that's why even the logo on the cover is up near the top end of the cover in most copies. And the reason why is because if a comic actually covers up to here with the rows and everything else, I wanted it to make sure that you could see right here that going on. So that way, if you just happen to be dyslexic, you could walk into a comic book shop and be like, oh shit, that actually may be something that would help me. And since I did that, going to comic book shows, going to horror conventions, just going to signings at different comic shops, whatever, people just sit there and they go, I've had people start crying in front of me because I am actively attempting to do something to improve readership, not just with comics, but in general. And it blows my mind.
That's absolutely awesome. That brings a tear to my eye and a warmth to the cold cockles of my heart. But we have to say hi to Chad. Chad, it is good to see you. It is good to see Rick and Tina Fey and all the shit on your walls. How you doing, buddy? What happened to your beard?
Oh, I was getting ready to go somewhere and I accidentally shaved like a mistake.
No.
And it was
And you have to get rid of the whole thing. Yeah.
Oh, I was so depressed.
His beard
That's
saw
why
my
we're
beard,
so
got intimidated and ran away.
We're so impressed by Alec because of his mistake-free beard.
I mean, I don't know how.
You know how you avoid mistakes.
You don't try?
You don't trim it.
That's a good idea. I did that for a long, long time.
And now it's in that stage of starting to itch. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, well, what you need to do is some more heroin.
Yeah, heroin or coke. I mean, whatever.
Moisturizer.
Or more heroin.
Yep.
Do moisturizer.
No, I was listening to you guys. It's kind of awesome having Rob and Alec here. I mean, Alec, I read one of his pieces and it was awesome. And Rob, I mean, you guys, this is kind of exciting. I sit around and do nothing.
Oh, don't get it twisted. I sit around and do nothing too. That's why I don't have
Listen.
a fucking diamond.
I have officially applied for a job. If you guys want to, I can put the link in the description. It's by Dish Network. They will pay you $1,300 a week to watch all of Stephen King's movies before the end of October.
So is it
How many
only
movies
good
does it have?
until the end of October?
Yeah. So
Do
You
they
don't
actually
you don't have to
give you
do
all the
anything
movies, or
else?
do you have to buy
no,
it?
you just have to watch.
You just have to sit through
How do they
terrible
prove that
Stephen
you
King
watched them?
movies.
They give you. I'm sorry. What did you ask, Alec?
So how do they prove, or like
You
How
have to film yourself watching it, and then you have to give a review.
Can I film
Okay.
myself sleeping, then be like, that movie was shit? It put me to sleep.
is Maximum
Because
Overdrive
I'll
on that
do
list?
that for money.
I'm pulling it up right now. What the movies
Yeah,
are.
send me the link. I want to do this. I'll do it at 3:00 in the morning. I don't give a shit.
Okay, so the company narrowed down the King's hit list of much watched films to 13 titles, including
Wait, I'm
one.
sorry. Wait. I'm sorry. We have breaking news in the chat. Chris Barrett saw a $15 Nightwing 93.
What? Where at?
I don't know. But apparently it's one of those speculation rapes.
Yep, that's all matters. But
All right. Back to what you were saying.
the movies include Carrie, Children of the Corn, Christine, Creepshow, Cujo. Oh my god, this next one's terrible. Dreamcatcher.
Is Thinner on the list?
It is.
That movie is awful.
List.
The Mist, Pet Cemetery, the first one, Salem's Lot, The Shining, Thinner, and Misery.
No needful things.
So you
No.
only have to do.
Can
those
I just watch
films?
Misery over and over again?
And
I think you'll feel misery by watching all of those bad movies.
Oh man.
Can I just
Kathy
watch
Bates
Pet
does something
Sematary
for me.
and make fun of it?
Oh, and they added a 14th movie. It could be It Chapter 2 or Doctor Sleep.
You know what they should do is they should put Minka Kelly in more of those movies, and they'd
Minka
have an
Kelly,
easier
Minka
time
Kelly.
getting people to watch them.
I would watch every single one, especially even if we only had the possibility of nudity.
I'm cool with possibilities.
Yeah, absolutely.
Minka Kelly.
Apparently, Mark's okay with possibilities, but
Yeah.
Oh, that's quite
Well,
the
I
great
see
food
what you
pun.
did there. That was good.
So I do
Mark's
have,
very interested in pasta.
I have some Baltimore news.
All right,
What's
let's
up with
hear it.
Baltimore?
bum, 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 bum.
Our booth is booth number 2113.
That doesn't spell anything.
It spells 2113.
Okay.
I'm going, I
If we
guess.
flip it upside down, does it spell anything?
No, that's our booth number is 2113. I can show where it's at if you guys want to see.
Yeah, I'm
So-
excited.
Is it near a bathroom?
If you put a line on the 3, it spells Zib.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Find us at Zib, gang.
Trying to find it.
So,
He got such a kick out of his own.
Oh,
comment there.
man,
so
no, I
are
love
you
that.
going to film yourself watching all of these and then just post it to Comic Core?
Well, it was something that I wanted to talk to you and Mark about off
Okay. All right.
because you see you're thinking the same way I was.
Yeah.
How are we thinking?
This is a
We're
Chad.
thinking about Mark
We're-
eating
we're-
bananas while watching Steven.
Oh,
King.
shit.
Are you saying we're transitioning to a reaction channel?
I think DirecTV
No.
is going to be like, what's up with the banana guy? We need to get more of the banana guy.
We need more banana guy.
Katie
Oh,
said I could not
yeah.
Have
have
you guys
another-
seen this banana guy? He's
You know,
just a guy
me,
eating
I
bananas.
think that-
also thinking.
I think that's a-
more banana guy.
A missing area for the reaction channels. You know, they usually do like music videos or other short. Like, why isn't there a reaction channel for like someone watching a full movie?
So, and I have
Takes too
another.
long.
We did that. We did that with Misexplained already. It was Avengers Endgame.
And you
We
just film
both
yourself.
really had to go to the bathroom after.
Well, there's another question I had to ask. If you guys saw the new rules for YouTube as of 2020,
I did not.
Nope.
yeah. So,
Gosh.
What am I not allowed to do that I'm currently doing?
so anything
Everything.
that is related to kids, if your name has the word kids in it, your
Yeah.
channel has kids. If
I'm
you
screwed.
if you are and if you are affiliated to something that kids enjoy, being comics, one of them is it was comics,
Kids don't enjoy
toys.
comics.
It said comics, toys, statues, stuff like that.
Reviews. Oh yeah.
You will no longer be monetized as of January 1st, 2020.
What?
Yeah. Area 51 did a video on it. If you want to, I can put the
It's true.
link.
It's
Wait,
true.
so
'Cause there's a new law that just came in effect where they don't want things marketed towards children and all this nonsense that's going on. So like, hey, you can't make money if you're a kids channel or kids might be viewing you. So
what if I only review pornographic comics from now on?
I think
what if
you're
we just
good.
each restrict
Okay.
videos? It's going
Do
to cut
favorites,
the
you're
amount
fine.
you can make, but it's
But I can stick it to the man.
yeah.
Cherry Pop Tart.
Well, that's like Kat sent out. She sent out this a movie for us to watch, right? And it was a fan movie, and I watched it.
Vengeance.
And I watched the entire thing. And what was shocking to me was
All the nudity.
yeah, I'm trying
Love
to
boobs.
this. I don't think this will upload it.
Let's talk about nudity.
So
Minka Kelly?
Friday the 13th. No, she's not in it, unfortunately.
Shit.
Friday the 13th, Vengeance, a fan film, just dropped Friday the 13th here on YouTube. And I was actually surprised. It has quite an impressive production value. And I was actually surprised at some of the actors that they got to be affiliated with it. Now, these aren't necessarily a lot of like your big mainstay actors that you might think of, but they still got some impressive people. Diana Prince, otherwise known as Marcy the Mail Girl from Joe Bob Briggs fame. She's in it. A number of other ones are pretty impressive. And I got to tell you, the gore on it, I actually really enjoyed. So I thought it was fun. It's available for free. It is now age restricted. It was not originally age restricted when they posted it. So that was an issue for a hot second there. But for a fan film that's available for free on YouTube, they did change up the Jason mythos a bit more, and they tried to connect it to a lot of the earlier films where you do get to see some affiliations with some of the victims' families. Different crazy things going on there. Corey Feldman's character, his name is escaping me right now. I don't know why, and it's really bothering me.
It's okay. It's okay. We all forget about
reason I
Corey
wanna say
Feldman
Billy.
sometimes.
I'm seriously gonna blame Tito's for this. But
Yeah, Tito's, it's all your fault. Sponsor Cat.
sponsor Kat, because she drinks nothing but Tito's vodka.
And won't be monetized in a couple months.
Chad, we discussed our impending business relationship with MeUndies earlier. I'm not sure if you heard that or not.
In the off air.
I'm going to do everything I can
Yeah,
to
you
get
said
sponsored
something
with
about
MeUndies.
said something about a ball pouch in the middle of it, so that's good. Can't miss.
Trust me, they are very proud of their ball pouch.
Don't get us age restricted now. Talking about the Andes.
No, I mean,
anybody who's interested in that Friday the 13th Vengeance, there is a link in the description of our Outside the Issues episode from last night. Go back, rewatch that video, give it a thumbs up, then watch the movie.
It was fantastic.
We had a good time.
Rob Wurst is asking how Jason came back as another person. In Jason Goes to Hell, it was actually described as only a Voorhees can be killed by a Voorhees. So there's this worm creature that actually goes from Jason into other people, and then it becomes Jason again. I don't know why Sean S. Cunningham thought that was actually the way to do it, but apparently they brought him back so they could lead to the idea of Jason versus Freddy. but that was kind of how they led to it. They also had the guy that actually played Captain Fuller in 21 Jump Street play the really cool guy that was actually trying to kill Jason Voorhees, but knew that he had to find his absentee sister, who was never talked about for the first 9 films until then.
Let's talk about I Spit on Your Grave.
Is Minka Kelly in that?
Okay, so I finally remembered the name of Corey Feldman's character. It's Tommy Jarvis.
Tommy,
and
that's right.
His daughters are both
Tommy.
featured in this film because he grows up and has 2 girls, apparently. But
and they both shave their head and leave like just random strands of hair coming out like he did. No. Damn it.
No.
Alec,
Sorry.
what's your favorite scary film?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay.
Well, that's a good one.
Thanks.
Rob, what was yours?
My Godfather's in it.
Really? In which one? The Matthew McConaughey one?
The original.
What does he play? Or what's he?
He's
was
the
he
guy.
in?
He's his name's William Vale. He's the guy who gets beamed by Leatherface when he slams the door. It's like the first guy who gets killed.
That's awesome, dude.
All right.
Dude, yes.
So Chad, I have 2.
I'm cool by association.
And you know, he obviously has a much better story here, but my 2 favorite horror films are Killer Clowns from Outer Space, which
fantastic.
Which I did just notice the pops that are coming out for that. There's a New York Comic-Con exclusive for Killer Clowns, and Roger Corman's The Nest, where somehow roaches start like biting people and growing inside them.
That's awesome.
It's the only horror film that actually had me like scared shitless as like a 13 to 17-year-old kid, because like literally I constantly thought that if I got bit by a roach in New York, it was going to grow inside me and actually have like these giant like pincers come out of my face. So yes, and the cover still to this day is like some really hot chick, not Minka Kelly, by the way, Drew.
So
but
setting
some really
it's
hot chick with a giant roach like trying to bite her in the face.
Kelly.
Do you guys remember the Reanimator?
Yes, Reanimator.
The Reanimator?
Yeah.
Bride of Reanimator.
Reanimator.
But remember what
They made a porn called The
That's some of those
Repenetrator.
comics.
what was it? Return of the Night of the Living Dead?
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
one.
That one freaked me out because remember the dog? It was in half.
Yeah.
No.
That was awful.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, kind of like Dog Welder.
Yeah. You remember when Dog Wilder put that dog on that dude?
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
It was awesome.
All right. So,
How about Chud?
How about Chud?
What about
Son-
Chud?
That's what we call you behind your back. Ah, zing!
Bazinga.
So I liked mine. Honestly, has a story behind it, and it's not a very scary movie, but it was the people that live under the stairs.
Yeah.
And the only reason why is I saw it at this old theater, and in order to go to the bathroom, you had to go down these long flight of steps. I mean, this theater is actually being torn down. It's like 200 years old.
93 at the bottom of those steps.
Oh my God, it was terrifying. Trivia question for you. I think I've said this.
Chad, you want to know what my favorite scary movie is?
Well, oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's 2011 thriller The Roommate.
Who was in it?
Oh, Minka
I
Kelly.
know.
Minka Kelly was in it.
Kelly.
Minka
Minka
Kelly was in it.
Yes, she was. Her and Leighton Meester, who, if you don't know who Leighton Meester is, she is like Minka Kelly light, but still quite
very pretty.
gorgeous young lady. But Minka Kelly's in that movie.
So I have a question for everybody. What was the first horror film they saw in theaters?
In theaters?
I Spit on Your Grave.
PG-13 horror films.
No. I would totally rule out PG-13. That's not a
Okay.
horror film.
Okay, well,
The first R-rated horror film I saw in the theater was Halloween H2O, and it was terrible.
Wow. But it had that awesome Creed soundtrack.
I honestly don't know.
Yeah,
the
that
answer
was
to
also
that.
terrible.
The first like true horror movie I saw though was Puppet Master 2.
Okay. Chad, what
That's
about
way
you?
cooler than my answer.
So I'm trying to think about it, but I want to say the original Pet Cemetery.
Okay.
wow.
Denise
Yeah, no, it
Crosby
was.
before she got fat.
That it was, and my dad took me to see it, and my dad hates scary movies, and my mom picked us up, and she said my dad was green because I mean, like if you go back and you watch that and you think about that, there's like the scene with the Achilles tendon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Very
the
uncomfortable.
and the ghost, like his head's just pulsating and church and what's the little kid's name now?
Oh God, what is his name?
Uh,
Gage.
Gage. Gage was terrifying.
What's your trivia question?
Oh, the trivia question. I'll wait till everybody's done. I'll go through it. I was going to ask some Pittsburgh pulp culture questions about Creep Show and Dawn of the Dead.
So Drew, what was yours? What was your first horror film?
Oh, it was Halloween H2O's first
That's
horror
right,
movie
that's
I
right.
saw in the theater. I used to watch like old B horror movies all the time on WNUV TV 54, which is a St. Clair broadcast station. They used to show them in the afternoons. The Fox affiliate would show karate movies, and we get horror features on WNUV. That's where I saw things like Reanimator, where I saw things like Phantasm. And they were edited for TV, and I was just like, what is going on here?
So it's funny you say that because on a channel very similar to that, I actually saw Billy the Kid versus Dracula, which totally made which was funny because Dracula was allowed to be out in the daylight in the Old West.
Twilight rules.
Yeah.
Was he sparkly? Did he play baseball?
No, he did not
Was he
sparkle.
dusty instead?
But
Seems
he had to
like
turn
West.
into a bat to be in the sunlight, which I thought was pretty funny.
Tracks.
Bad on
The bat
Um,
would actually be out in the sunlight.
So it was apparently that was a double feature that I got to see. Oh man, Tina Fey just disappeared, but like she just got zapped by Chad somehow.
Yeah, sorry.
But yeah, it was Billy the Kid versus Dracula, and the other one was it was something versus the Wolfman, and I can't remember exactly.
Abbott and
which one it was.
Costello versus the Wolfman.
No, it wasn't Abbott. No, because this was actually supposed to be spaghetti western versus horror film put together, and that's and it was actually like entertaining enough to keep me awake at 5 o'clock in the morning somehow.
What are
but
you staring at, Chad?
What
That's
is
Jessica Alba.
it? Oh, I was hoping it was Minka Kelly for a second.
I would have gone off camera if it was.
You would have just gone off if it was, but
Well, I would have saved you all the pleasure of witnessing it. I used to watch all the time with my daughter when she was very young. Speaking of like horror crossovers, it's like my kid used to watch it. Like she wore out the DVD of Alvin and the Chipmunks Meet Frankenstein. We watched that over and over and over again.
That was a good Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're all good. Let's just be honest right now.
Now, are we talking about the live action ones that actually have Jason Lee in them? Because I'll tell you, they're
better than they have any right to be.
That guy should have been better in everything than he was. Like you see him give those diatribes in Kevin Smith movies, and you wonder how he became Dave from Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Dave from Alvin and the Chipmunks pays cash money.
Oh no! I totally get that, But what happened to him?
He
Because
became a TV star. When you become a TV star, you don't worry about movies anymore until they throw a bunch of money at you.
I guess you're right. I just it just disappoints me. As to the first horror film I actually saw in theaters, this probably shows my age a little bit. It was Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare,
I'm sorry.
which by the way was the
Terrible.
second appearance of Johnny Depp in the series. So I made sure that I got to go see it at a theater that was showing it in 3D. So I got to see it in those blue and red glasses that they told you, hey, don't put these sons of bitches on until we tell you to. And it was like, okay. And then for like 5 minutes, you got to see these weird like tentacle monsters come out that looked like Freddy with 3D glasses.
That was the worst 3D. The absolute worst 3D.
I think the
that
absolute
was a
worst
bad
3D is
movie.
Captain EO because some kids definitely got molested in that theater.
Not in the theater, on the set. The theater was
no. You know that Michael Jackson had the power to inspire through his music. What do you think he was inspiring?
he had Jesus juice.
Well, he wasn't inspiring Macaulay Culkin to have a good career. I'll tell you that.
No.
Macaulay Culkin had a great career. He still has a great career. He's a great podcaster. I love me some Macaulay Culkin. He fantastic.
He had a great career when he was like 9. And then now with his Alexa commercials, he's having a great comeback of his career.
He's in Brick.
He was in Brick, which was the only good movie Ryan Johnson's ever made. Wait, he made Looper too.
I have to share
Looper
my
was good.
screen because
The only
it's a PDF.
good movie
Looper was
besides
okay.
Looper that he made.
So I'm going to share my screen to show you where our booth is.
All right, I can't wait to see where our booth is. Sounds like if it's in the 2s, it's probably pretty close to the front.
Or the back.
Bueller. Ferris Bueller.
Oh, we had it
Oh,
there
that
for a
was
second,
quick.
Chad.
We had it, and then we lost it.
Oh,
Wait, which one is north?
Okay, so here's the entrance. You
Right,
come
right.
in here.
So which was north?
And over here, where my mouse is moving, that's the celebrity row.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, Tara Strong's going to be over there.
And
woo, baby.
we are right here.
Okay, so we're towards the back, past creators, towards the
Well, no,
towards
this
Artist
is-
Alley,
right here is where Dan Didio was last year.
right, or Dan Slott.
Dan Slott, sorry.
So if you can't find
So
me
we're
at
like
the
right, we're
table,
like
I'm
right near
probably
where Billy
with Tara
Tucci was
Strong.
last year.
Exactly. And then
That's
the
awesome.
concession stands are here.
That's too
And-
far.
And right back
How
here
cool is
That's
that?
Artist
You're
Alley.
Artist Alley, which is
Now
huge.
That
is
is
Billy
huge.
Tucci going to be around us? Because I actually spent all of Heroes Con right next to him, just bothering him the whole weekend.
Well, that's Billy Tucci's problem, not ours.
Dude,
No. I
need
love
to
Billy
bring you to
Tucci.
Billy
He's
Tucci
great.
then.
What's that?
I'm going to bring you with me when we go to see Billy Tucci.
Oh, I will absolutely
Well,
walk you up to Billy
You're
Tucci.
going to be
and
my
talk to him.
You're going to be my
What else
buffer.
is-
It's going to be great.
What else is exciting is that the guy that plays
Totally just signed him up for it.
Jonah Hex
Okay.
on
On the CW.
Yeah, he is officially gonna be there.
He is officially getting a restraining order against the great legend.
I didn't want to say it.
Yeah, probably.
I'll say it. I don't have a problem with it. We missed the
Legend.
legend. He is out tonight with what he described. I won't say what he described it
His
as.
stomach strife.
He had some
Bad.
colon strife, but he will be back with us strong and long and down to get the friction on.
Oh,
So, Kat,
ladies.
I will go ahead and tell you right now, I've been talking with Billy Tucci about the possibility of having a variant cover for the relaunch of Immortal done by him. So
Okay.
So, from a media standpoint, we got Tara Strong and Greg Sipes,
Yep.
right?
Oh,
Yep.
Greg Sipes is local to North Carolina. I see him at every show.
Raven and
His-
Beast Boy.
His dog seems to be more popular than him. No, seriously, he's a great guy.
Jonathan Sheath as
like-
Jonah Hex. I don't know.
Carroll
I don't know, guys.
from Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah,
Tara Strong's going to be there, and that's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Tara
that's
Strong.
always that's all we
Absolutely
need.
every
Tara
character in the
Strong,
history of
amazing.
the world.
It's gonna be the greatest show ever with Tara Strong there. So
She little trivia here. She was also the first ever live action Harley Quinn that never was because her scene was
in the
canceled.
season of Arrow. Yeah.
The first live action Harley Quinn. That's funny because she made her appearance on Days of Our Lives, the first ever Harley Quinn.
Wait, Harley Quinn actually showed up
Harley
on
Quinn.
Days of Our Lives?
Yeah, so her character is based off the character.
Apparently, Batman was soap opera garbage before Tom King got there.
She's inspired by the appearance on it, the costume,
Alan Skorkin.
the voice, the whole thing.
That's the real Harley Quinn. Okay, that doesn't.
Yeah, I'm just telling you.
That is Alan Skorkin, and she was even before then. So. She was before Harley was a thing.
Oh my!
Wow, I'm sorry.
You touched a nerve.
I mean, she got feisty there.
Thanks,
I'll tell you what, I'm excited for
The
Tara
banana
Strong to be
didn't
there.
get feisty, but that did. So
I'm hoping that they have more animation guests there as well. One of my favorite experiences at a con was my daughter wanted to meet Will Friedle from Boy Meets World at Awesome Con in DC a couple of years ago. He also did the voice of Batman Beyond, if you're familiar with that television show.
Terry
He also
McGinnis,
did the
nice.
voice of Ron Stoppable on the Kim Possible. He sang the Naked Mole Rat rap on the Disney Channel. If you know anything about that, then you're going to be excited about that. But while we're waiting in line for Will Friedle, right next to him is what the hell is that guy's name? Oh, geez, just John DiMaggio. And John DiMaggio, he must have has a couple key bumps of coke before he came out because it is early in the morning, and he is doing everybody. He is doing every voice that he does for the people waiting in his line, for the people waiting in other people's lines. That guy had to be out of steam by noon.
So
John DiMaggio is amazing, by the way.
He is. He's been
He really is. Like
Joe
Jake the
DiMaggio, he didn't
not
know
quite.
that.
Not
he had a
quite gone.
56-game hitting streak.
Yeah, but he also didn't realize that JFK was banging his girl.
Yeah, and what about Mrs. Robinson?
Yeah, jeez.
That is true. I agree with both of you on that. What are we looking at?
This is the original appearance of Harley Quinn, live action.
Is that before Paul
Yeah.
Dini actually created her?
Yeah.
Yes. It's based off his friend, Aline Skorkin, who was an actress, and he based quite a bit of the character directly off of her because he thought she was just spectacular.
See,
So-
she had this thing with constantly blowing the psychotic clown.
Minka Kelly.
Minka Kelly.
I don't know.
I felt like we were way too on the rails. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, hey.
So do we need to get off the rails?
No.
That's what I was trying to do.
Oh, well.
Where's Minka Kelly? Minka Kelly lives in our hearts, contender. She lives in our hearts and our minds and the hearts and the minds of all the good boys and girls of this nation.
Don't speak for me.
Look, you're the one who
You're not
claimed you're a good boy.
or girl.
Oh, that's fair.
You're on the naughty list.
So, so tomorrow Bat Day or something?
Who cares?
You guys gave
You know
Tom
what? You
King
would
so much love
care
today.
if he
It was
wasn't
pretty
such a
amazing.
crybaby these days.
So
That sappy
again,
little crybaby.
Tom King is a former CIA agent
Yeah,
that is writing Batman, so should have no problems writing about the world's greatest detective. Yet somehow, before his 100-issue epic, he's been kicked off of the.
That's not a good picture of her, guys.
It's not. You can't take a bad picture of
It's
her.
good enough.
Yeah,
Picture
You
of her.
can't take a bad picture
It's
of her.
That
good
was
enough,
not
Kat.
a great picture of her.
She
Come on
could
now,
be,
she's
she
gorgeous.
could be sick on the toilet, and I'd still be like, "Yup, hit it."
So Rob Wurst, yes, this Freddy Teddy is absolutely phenomenal, and Gene Ha is an amazing artist who, by the way, earlier this week announced that he has both a Marvel and DC project coming up. So getting in there before that and being able to utilize the artwork as a cover was pretty awesome.
That is dope. You guys make sure you go to your local comic book shops, your LCSs, and you let the manager of your LCS know that you want Junior High Horrors in your pull list. Make sure they order it. Tell them you want that Gene Ha variant, and make sure they order at least 5 to get you that Gene Ha variant.
Yes,
That's really all they need to do. It's a really low order threshold for a really awesome cover.
It is orderable now.
Yeah, make that happen. Go to your stores and ask for it, because if you guys are interested in a book that is easy to read, opens the reader base, has a lot of fun going on with a lot of great horror properties, and you're also going to be getting great covers as well. So yeah, I can't say enough good things about Rob and what he's doing over there with Junior High Horrors. Make sure you guys order that up.
Yeah, I also want to point out that there we got some more Minka Kelly, but Rob Wurst also said his
Ruffle
best
those
stuff was
feathers.
That's awesome. That was such a great line there. But Rob Wurst also mentioned that his best work was with Alan Moore. I will also say that Gene Ha does have the 3rd volume of May coming up, but like I said, does have work coming out for both Marvel and DC. With that said, he did also do the issues of Justice League after Jim Lee's, I guess, New 52 issues. So don't sleep on Gene Ha's artwork. I mean, his Copic work is probably second to none in the entire industry. Like this looks like it was hand painted and it was done with markers.
That's dope.
Awesome.
Like there is nothing about his artwork that sleeps. Like he is like he takes 5 minutes to do something. It was amazing. I watched him actually talk to somebody that he was doing a head sketch of, like, because some guy, some like 17-year-old kid paid for his girlfriend to get her face drawn by Gene Ha, and Gene Ha was sitting there like pointing out like why she didn't look like the anime character she was supposed to look like and whatever, and at the same time was like, but I think you did a really good job. And it was just awesome, you know, like here you are being told, hey, here's how you could improve this and make this better, and yet I'm still drawing you in an amazing, absolute, like, phenomenal way. Like he is probably, like, when he actually does comic book work, he's probably one of the top 10 comic book artists actually doing full on like artwork, whereas, you know, like, you just don't see that from these top tier artists anymore.
Rob, are you going to have some of that Junior High Horrors goodness available in Baltimore?
Shit, I was supposed to tell him. Yeah, he's allowed to. Sorry.
Wait, go ahead, Chad. Why don't you go ahead and tell me what you're saying right now?
Yeah, you're allowed to.
Are we saying that the Halloween Comic Fest issue? So 6 days before it's out in stores?
I'll talk to you about that after that.
So you don't want to announce it on the Comic Corps tonight?
Not tonight, because we got a lot of. I mean,
we got moving parts, Rob. Listen here, Potsy. There's dogs on the fire. Okay.
Okay. So
Chad is shuffling his wieners around and making sure that they're evenly cooked.
So we got bananas.
Yes,
we got
Alec, you heard me
wieners,
correctly.
we got all this crazy shit going on.
Can I? I didn't pick up any books this week. I wasn't able to. But TiVo from Lords of the Long Box shared something with us, and I don't know. Do you guys care if I because I wasn't off the rails?
Bring it.
All right. So here is a picture.
Yes,
that was taken.
the Nightwing costume.
It's the Ravager costume in the back that has me excited.
Yeah, we have Ravager back there, and
I mean, she's no Minka
what
Kelly,
about-
but
What about is that the Star costume there?
no, that's Rose Wilson.
Rose.
That's the Ravager costume. Wow,
And
'cause-
then I have it's beginning of our
that's the
beginning to look a
foam-
lot like Comic
That's
Core.
the foam
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
So I mean, it's gonna be kind of like this, but
No, put that away. I'm
But it's
from
gonna be
Carolina. You don't show me a penguin.
Look, fuck the pens is a statement that we can all get behind.
but
You guys got to come down to Raleigh so you can actually take part in the storm surge and actually like watch as they like shoot hoops on the ice and stuff.
and I'm also building my so we go all out for Halloween, and I finished building the crypt. I built a crypt today, and I finished the graveyard up, which is pretty badass. And I built this thing that looks like a sewer grate, and
Can we have Ninja Turtles in it?
no, I put it in it.
Oh,
and
it's
then-
in there. Okay.
Yeah, and then Ginny is dressing up as a female it. And
What-
And you're
What if-
having some fun.
What if we had like
You want your boat back, Georgie?
it in there and a Ninja Turtle like holding his face up like this?
that'd be pretty cool. So
Ninja Turtles belong in sewers.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
but I just want to
Right.
jump on, join you guys. You guys were kicking ass. Thanks, Alec, for picking up the slack of me and Carson
Oh.
and Legend.
Drew did everything. I've just been sitting here.
No, I
looking
didn't do a
pretty.
damn thing but talk about Minka Kelly.
That's true, but you
Man,
know,
What else is there to talk about?
What more off the rails is there than doing that?
I mean, I named the stream Minka Kelly 2 hours before we went live. I'm just going to say that right now. I won't. This is truth in advertising if I've ever seen it.
That's foresight and planning.
Drew,
Hey,
next
hey,
time.
look, we drew viewers in with the clickbait title. People thought Minka Kelly was going to be here. Guess what, guys? She's not here, but she will be here Monday for Story Comic Core. Be sure to tune in.
Drew, next time I think that you ought to go.
I want to talk to Alec
Drew
about
up,
that.
me undies.
Because I was thinking about something, and I want to run it past a couple of you guys. But it's 12 quarter till. Do you want to sign off?
Yeah, I think it's about time, guys. It is half past Minka Kelly, quarter till Minka Kelly, and I think that we've had a good time here. We still got 15 watching. Just another shout out to the chat. Dylan Comic Books Rants is in here. Rob Worst has been chopping it up, asking great questions. The mailman, Jason Smith, is in the chat, sending everybody love media mail. You got Comics Misexplained in here, dropping some nice truth bombs on us, some cool comments in there throughout the evening. Contender was here looking for Minka Kelly, just proof positive that my advertisement worked. TiVo was in here earlier, also looking for Minka Kelly. Ricky Marstat was in here, glitter and duct tape. Love to have you guys in here. We've got a whole bunch of new subs recently. I wish I had a list of them so I could shout them out. Maybe we'll start doing that in future episodes. Blaster Stash at Comic Show was in here. Pocan Joe was in here. Jack Yo was in here. Everybody came out to support
Jack
the
Yo
Comic
was
Core.
in here?
Yeah, Jack Yo was in here. And
Wow.
everybody came out to support the Comic Core and look for Minka Kelly. Great bait and switch, if I do say so myself.
All right, guys. With that being said, subs under everybody's shares. Good night. God bless.
Drew Manchu, baby.
I
Who's going to hit the button?
I got it.